Hey, what's up? This is your boy Kerry D. Singleton here at Circle of Sisters. I'm with Antoinette White, all the way from Woodbridge, Virginia. Is that Northern Virginia?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so you in the DMV area.
Yes.
Area. Okay, okay.
Yes.
Yes. You have a new book out called Who's Protecting Me, and it's a memoir.
Yes.
Please talk to me about that, sister.
Yes. So my memoir, I share my story, how I overcame sexual abuse. I was homeless, and my sister was murdered in front of her children. Yes. So I share.
You are a true survivor.
Thank you. Thank you. So that's why I wrote this book. I share my story to let other women and young girls know your past pain doesn't define who you can become, and you're not alone.
Wow. So what inspires you to publish the book? And before you answer that question, are you self-published or have you gone with a publisher?
So I am self-published, and what inspired me, because so many friends of mine know my story, and they say I don't look like what I've been through. So I was told, girl, you need to tell your story to help other women. And because I forgave and I overcame all that I've been through, I said, let me share the story now and be transparent. And so what I found was I spoke last in June at a junior high school, and the young girl raised her hand because I opened the floor for Q&A. I'm very transparent with my story because these young girls need to know. Yeah. So the one girl raised her hand, and then she said, Miss White, I just want to let you know, when you spoke here last year, my sister went home and told our mom our stepdad was abusing her, and he's in jail now. So this is why I did it. Wow. Yes. Amazing. And this is why I do it.
And I want to ask you to expound on the concept of forgiveness. A lot of people, present company included, have a hard time forgiving and don't really get why we should forgive.
So the analogy that I've heard before, and I would like to use again, forgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to get sick.
That's right.
So for me, I had to forgive so I can be free.
Right.
So I was abused by a family member. So when my children came up, they want to know how come they don't see such and so, right? Yeah. So I just tell it, I was abused by my father. So if I didn't forgive him, that affects my children, their grandfather, right? Exactly. So the guy who killed my sister, I have to raise my niece on forgiveness and love so she can love her father who killed her mother and be a part of both sides of the family. So again, you know, otherwise you'll find yourself on addiction, promiscuity, you know, it's a ripple effect. So forgiveness is to set yourself free and let go of that poison.
How has being a published author and public speaker affected your own healing?
So I was healed before I wrote the book, which is why I wrote it. Okay. Even when I talked about the abuse in very detail, that didn't affect me. What affected me the most is, again, is my sister. And although it happened a few years ago, it still affects because that was my best friend and my only sister. So it's not really so much a healing mechanism for me, but it's to help others heal. Yes.
You're such an inspirational person. I feel your energy. We've only been talking for less than 5 minutes, but I feel like a lot of the stuff that's in your book, although I get that your audience is women, but I feel like guys, anybody that needs to heal, that's dealing with maybe some post-traumatic stress, could benefit from your work. How do you feel about your male audience?
So I'm glad you asked that, because abuse is not a gender thing. Right. It's an individual thing. And I've had men to come up to me and say, I'm glad you wrote it. I was abused too. So, you know, it's for, I say women because I know a lot more women have been abused, but men are not obsolete either. Men, you know, we hold in feelings, but men are taught to be strong and even stronger than women. So, but men are abused as well. They just don't report it. Right. Yes.
I want to thank you so much for saving lives. I want to thank you a lot for inspiring. Obviously, in the short time that I've been talking to you, I feel empowered. So I can imagine how others must feel when they hear you speak, and of course read your book. How can people get a copy of your book?
So again, the title of the book is Who's Protecting Me? I am on Amazon.com, or you can go to my website, AntoinetteWhite.com.
Okay. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here at Circle of Sisters. It's individuals like yourself that make this event such an important one, such an event with outlets for people to purchase goods, but to get food for their souls. Yes. Thank you so much. I'm here with Antoinette White. It's Kerry D. Singleton with Entrigue magazine here at Circle of Sisters. Let's have some more fun.